Shake, shake, shake it, take oil. Shake it thoroughly. What's up everyone? Welcome back to the shop. Today we're gonna make this really cool wooden USB that you can give away as a gift for the holiday season. And while we're at it, maybe we'll do a giveaway of our own. Obviously you could just buy something like this as a gift, but that's kind of boring. And that's why we're gonna make it into a wooden USB. So you could buy like a whole pack of these for just a few dollars. So that's why this is a cheap gift. Crowbar. That's it right there, that's a USB. So I need to get a piece of wood that's about that thin and cut a channel out of it that is around that wide. To make our USB, I made myself a template because of course I did. You guys know that I love making templates, so I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna stick it onto this piece of bloodwood that I have because, well, I think it's gonna look cool. Now to do that, I'm gonna use some contact paper on the wood, use some spray adhesive on the template, stick it together, and then we're gonna go over to the scroll saw and cut it out. I always like to put packing tape over my templates so they don't fray up while I'm cutting. Let's cut it out. I got my channel cut out, and what you can see is I have these little notches here on the ends, and that's because the part that plugs into your computer is a little bit narrower than electronics. So whenever you put this in here, if you have those notches, it prevents it from being able to pull out. So then I also went ahead and cut a little cap here. This is gonna be for the bottom of it, also for the top. This is about 1/8 of an inch thick, so pretty thin stuff. I'm gonna glue that onto the channel and then put the USB in there. That doesn't slide around, it's really good. And then I'll glue on the top of that, and then we'll actually have a wooden USB. Then we'll do a little bit of sanding and profiling and all that kind of stuff, and then move on to the next step, because that's not all. Glue's dry. I cut another cap, so I'm gonna stick this in here and cap it off. But before I do that, I'm gonna put just a little dab of glue in here just to hold things in place. Hot glue is often used for electronics, so it is all good. Once the glue was dry, I took some sandpaper, stuck it onto a board, and then sanded over all of the edges to make sure that everything looks smooth, and that looks really good. Now, if you do not have a scroll saw, you could do the same project with a bandsaw, because I made another one. This is one that I made with the bandsaw originally before I did the scroll saw one. I just wanted to see which tool worked best for me. Now, my scroll saw has a much finer blade, obviously, than my bandsaw. My bandsaw actually has a pretty coarse blade. So if you want to really make this nicely on a bandsaw, I would recommend one that has a lot of teeth per inch. Mine's not that way, so it was a little bit rougher, but all in all, still pretty good. Now, we need to make a cap for our USB. So I was doing some thinking. I want the cap to go on there, but I also don't want it just to fall off. Well, I've got a USB here, and it has a little strap to it, and I thought that was kind of cool, and I was gonna do it like that, put a little cap and a strap on there. So I did some Googling to see if there's any other ideas out there, and I came across a video by the Offcuts, which I really liked because he did a USB one like this, which was kind of cool. but he also used a little magnet inside the cap to keep it in place. I thought, well, that's brilliant. Why reinvent the wheel? So we're gonna make a cap. I already got a template and a board ready to go. Let's cut it out. While the glue is drying, let me give a big shout out to the newest members of our superhero community over on Patreon, Hunter, S. Marsalis, and Paul Schneider. Thank you so much for all of your support. It's because of this is the reason why I can make videos. So if we didn't have the Patreon community, it'd be a lot harder for me to make videos for all of us to see. So big thank you to all of them. If you're interested in signing up, you're gonna get all kinds of cool perks. We've got free merch, free woodworking plans, behind the scenes, sneak peeks, stuff that's not even on social media, not on YouTube, just Patreon exclusive content, even one-on-one Zooms. So if you're interested in supporting the channel, joining a cool group of people, head on over to patreon.com/NewtonMakes and sign up. I've got some super tiny magnets and I have some epoxy. So I'm going to epoxy that into that little cutout that we made. Let this dry, cap it. Uh-oh. Let this dry, cap it, and then go from there. Shake, shake, shake it, teak oil. Shake it thoroughly. I'm applying a super simple finish with this one. I'm just putting some teak oil on it. Let it soak in, come back in a few minutes, add a little bit more, and then wipe it all off, and we are good to go with a beautiful USB. Get on in there. Get on in there. This guy looks beautiful, but does it work? Well, let's go test it. It works, which is awesome. So since it's the holiday season, it's the time for giving. Let's give away something. I put a ton of woodworking plans on this. I want to give it away to somebody. So if you're interested in this, then leave a comment down below, and in your comment somewhere, put the hashtag USB plans in the comment. And in a couple weeks, I'll go down to the comment section. We will choose a random person completely. And then once we select that person, I'll send them a message. I will reply to the comment and say, you've won. And I'm going to give you maybe about a week to reply back to me. Email me. We'll exchange information and I'll mail this to you. So really excited. Hopefully you'll be able to get some plans and make something really cool. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel. Maybe check out this other video up here. Until we meet again, get in your shop and build something awesome.